Could this be the best Nintendo Direct we've ever seen? As someone that has watched a lot of Nintendo Directs, I would like to think so. Hi, I'm sinarynn, and I had the pleasure of watching the Nintendo Direct together with my community over on stream. There are a lot of games that they announced, but I'm personally going to be talking about some of the ones that I'm looking forward to. Please let me know down in the comments below if any of these are a play for you. I'd love to hear everybody's opinions in which games they're most excited for. Anyway, without further ado, here are the top 10 games that I'm looking forward to from the Nintendo Direct. Coming in at number 10, it is The Wandering Village. I'm putting this game specifically at number 10 just because I already have it on my PC. But I am happy to see a title that I'm familiar with joining the big Nintendo franchise. Hopefully, this means more funding for the Stray Fawn Studios, and we'll be able to see the crew create more interesting titles like this one in the future. If you've never played this game before, The Wandering Village is a city-building strategy game where you build a community on the literal back of an onbu. By the way, this is an onbu. It is a giant, wandering, dragon-like creature covered with spikes and rocks and moss and trees. Just so we're clear, The Wandering Village is in early access right now on Steam, which means that any future updates the devs may have for the game will probably be available at a later date for those that purchase it on the console. That being said, if you are a cozy couch gamer and you don't really care about the Twitch integration, I do think it is better to purchase this game on a Nintendo Switch. Heck, I might purchase it as well when it comes out. But hey, whichever system you decide to play it, I do hope you consider giving Wandering Village a try, and let me know if you like it. On to the next one. On to number 9, it is the Somnium files. As I learned in the Nintendo Direct, I've always thought the game was called Somnium files on account of the artificial intelligence implanted in our brain. Anyway, this new launch to the detective series known as Somnium Files looks really cool for me. In No Sleep, that's the name of the game by the way, we're trying to figure out a mystery as to how an idol got trapped in a play or die scenario known as the Third Eye game. If it's anything like its predecessor, this game will surely let us listen to confessions from the suspects by quote-unquote jumping into their brains. I'm pretty excited because based on reviews, there's also now an escape section where you can solve puzzles to break out of the locked rooms. And if it's anything like the old one, you better prepare your wallets because this game is probably going to cost you around 40 bucks. That was Somnium Files. And coming in at number 8, we have one of my favorite rhythm series from the PSP. It is PATAPON. Guys, can you believe that we live in a timeline where PATAPON is finally coming to a Nintendo console? I am personally very excited because this was actually one of the very first rhythm games that I've ever played in my life. Now, 4 months ago, PATAPON Ratatan was actually announced. I'm curious to see if this title will be part of the Nintendo Switch lineup, but anyway, I am very excited to be revisiting a childhood rhythm game over in my Nintendo Switch. Moving swiftly to number 7, we have Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar. I never actually played the original Nintendo DS game until this title was announced on the Direct, so I got a hold of it and then I started playing the original one. I will say that there was a lot of missing elements from the original. For one, you could only marry the people of the opposite gender. And unfortunately for me, my heart belonged to Sherry and I refused to find another. Another personal gripe for me was the art style. So I am pleased to see that the new game had more of an adult style to it, plus you can also customize your character. From the trailer itself, I'm hopeful that the devs have figured out the Bazaar experience and made it a little bit less time consuming than the original, especially if you had to sell with a bunch of items. As a Story of Seasons glazer, I am thrilled that we have a new remastered that looks really good, and I'm excited to play it and purchase it and compare it to the old one. Hey, just want to take a quick... Oh, my elbow cracked. Hi, just wanted to say a big ol' thank you to those that are sticking around with the video. If you're enjoying it, don't forget to take a like and subscribe for more content in the future. On to the next one. Now, can you guess what's on for number 6? If you guessed Pokemon Z to A, you are absolutely correct. Pokemon X was one of my favorite main series titles in the 3DS, and it just so happens to be one of the last main titles that I completed. But from what I've seen in the trailer, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a little worried. I love that they kept the Pokemon catching mechanic from Legends Arceus, but I would be pretty disappointed if we were stuck and could only explore inside of Lumiose City, especially since they advertised heavily about being able to catch Pokemon within the city gates. I am definitely crossing my fingers that we can go outside, but I will be waiting for reviews of this game before jumping in and purchasing. What about you? Are you getting Pokemon ZA on launch day, or are you also interested in waiting? Whoa, you've made it! We are counting down to the top 5 games that I'm very much looking forward to coming for the Nintendo Switch. Coming in at number 5, we have Tamagotchi Plaza. Ah, Tamagotchi. It's crazy to think that when I was young they were all black and white, and now the world is filled with color. Based on the trailer, it does look very similar to the Tamagotchi corner shops for the Nintendo DS system. As an avid Tamagotchi lover that experienced a drought of English Tamagotchi games for the Nintendo 3DS, I am just happy to see Mamechi and Co. return to my screens. My number 4 pick was an unexpected surprise by a lot of fans of the series. It's one that I see a lot of my friends keep hoping for every Nintendo Direct. So I am happy to welcome a new rhythm heaven with open arms into the family.
Psst, I see dead people.
If PATAPON is my childhood rhythm game, this number 4 seat is a game that I've actually never played before. But I am interested in checking it out on the Switch, especially because of all the hype it garnered upon its announcement. I'm a huge fan of rhythm games, so I'm always happy to check out another one, but this one is especially important because it's usually in the background remixed to some of my favorite songs. I know it isn't just me, but Rhythm Heaven somehow manages to make these songs even better, and their little isms just tickles the brain in the best way possible. With the upcoming release of the new Rhythm Heaven, I am hoping we'll be able to get even more cool remixes of Not Like Us in the future. By the by, did you know that I reacted to the Nintendo Live on Twitch? And you can always find the VODs for what we talk about here on this main channel on our second channel below. See you there! Now, let's move on to spot number 3. On number 3, we have Fantasy Life. And let me just say right now, they have huge shoes to fill, considering that the first Fantasy Life game for the Nintendo 3DS was such a memorable game for me. In case you didn't know, Fantasy Life is a game where you get to choose different classes known as lives to complete your mission. There is a story within it in the first game, and the second one might have to do with time traveling, as the mechanic shows. I am avoiding all spoilers for this one, just because I'm so excited to check it out myself, and I cannot wait for it to come out in May. Alright, we're down to the last 2 games that I'm looking forward to. Here's the thing. I keep on swapping between them because these 2 titles hold a very special place in my heart. One is a game that I've been waiting for literally since 2022, and the other is a new iteration from a childhood franchise. I feel like these 2 deserve the number 1 spot, but hey, a rank is a rank. So number 2, we have Witchbrook. On to number 2, it is Witchbrook. I remember the day Chucklefish announced a new title to their already amazing lineup. And it involved magic and witches and potions? Oh my! Now you bet your butt that I was very excited. But then of course I read the announcement about how Chucklefish was a zero crunch studio and that development was going to take longer than what we're used to, and I knew that I was in for a wait. But honestly, in my opinion, after looking at the game trailer, I do think that wait is worth it. What I imagine to be a solo game about flying around in a magic broom and doing errands for other witches is now a 4-player co-op game, which is so perfect for all of us whose friends are scattered among the globe. This one is definitely going to be a must-buy for me, considering I've waited since 2022, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing Witchbrook finally come to life this winter season. And ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the penultimate stage. The creme de la creme, the top of the top, my most anticipated game of all is Tomodachi Life! Look, I was always part of the crowd that would leave any Nintendo Direct watch parties feeling dejected that we have yet to see a new Tomodachi Life title. But with a single fart, the lives of myself and other fans out there changed forever on March 27th. Tomodachi Life fans have come out victorious. To say I was shocked when it was announced was an understatement.
Game announcement. Please take a look.
Tomodachi Life? Are you serious?
I'm a buckle. Tornado saw Hanji Clausen yesterday.
Oh my god! You are kidding!
How refreshing.
You are kidding! Oh my god! And to be fair, we don't really know when it'll come out since it's set to release on 2026. But the trailer makes me believe that it has not lost its charm, and I hope Nintendo makes right of their promise of allowing Miis to romance whoever they want. After all, love is love. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was my top 10 list of games that I'm looking forward to most. But back to you, what do you think about my ranking system? Are there any games that didn't make it in that you wished I included? Join the conversation by leaving a comment down below or joining our Discord. Don't forget to check out the second channel where you can see my live reaction from the Nintendo Switch Direct last week. Thank you always for your support, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye!